Well, now to introduce our next speaker, our course mistress is Jessica.
Wait, cool. Do this.
Our third speaker is Fred Stevenson. He lives in Cornwall. The title of his speech is Computer Games.
Advantages and disadvantages of playing computer games. Since it's such a big subject, where do we start? Well, we can start with disadvantages. So, some players will spend from 6 to 12 hours a day, which will lead them into becoming fat, have bad eyesight, and headaches. So why is this? Well, there's a good reason for this, because games have become more addictive back in the early 90s, which hold plenty of challenges from keeping players off their seats. But eyesight has become an issue in the early days when game was becoming extremely popular, with screens that would destroy your eyes if you were to sit too close to them. Other than that, we have plasma TVs which we can spend hours looking at. I expect most people to be thinking, what is the point of gaming, how is it fun, and what do you gain from it? Well, the table turns around with the advantages because there's a lot of lists, there's a huge list. Professional players play against other professional players in the Call of Duty Championship, which is held by Activision, which spends millions of dollars helping army soldiers find jobs. To win these events, teamwork is a huge part of that, as objective is sorry, I just started. I'm a bit nervous right now. Right. To win these events, teamwork is a huge part as their objectives, which need to be completed in order to win. Quick thinking is also part of the competition, as one player can play against multiple other players by themselves. Now, this is great skill because to win this, the player must have great accuracy with his aiming and know where the players are. Knowing face to face, 4 players in front of him, quick thinking and quick aiming is determined. Game companies have brought new interfaces for those who can't play games as well as professional players. The technology we are designing could help disabled live longer. How? Well, we'll look into this slightly more detail later on. Online gaming streaming has become extremely popular over the last few years as anyone on the internet can watch people play games. This is a major advantage to this because any viewer can subscribe to the host $2 and $5 per month. Strategy games. These strategy games are very competitive, quick thinking games. All 3 of these games have a strategic rule to them which are slightly different. What do I mean by this? Well, firstly, we can look at Counter-Strike, for instance, which is strictly focused on teamwork and certain paths which lead you to objectives. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 has a couple of different strategic play styles which will allow you to play the way you want to play. The routes, on the other hand, to find your objectives are slightly more open, so you have to be careful for yourself. Total War 2 is a completely different strategic game which will focus on the scale of your surroundings and how you'll place your team fighters on the right areas at the right time. Non-strategic games. There is a reason why they're called this. The answer is that they have an open world design to them, which means you can go wherever you want, when you want. This can be very addictive at times, but can sometimes drag. The racing game is called The Crew, is an entire open world game as you explore America, which takes 2 hours real time, with other players different around the world. In Far Cry 4, you have to make your own medicine, ammo pouches, money pouches, etc. To do this, you need to find and kill animals for their skin. In Watch Dogs, all you do is run around and hack anything with your phone. With a hacking system, CCTV cameras, conversations over phones and bank accounts, this is possible. This can all be controlled by your phone. Now, remember when I mentioned that I will talk about helping people with disability help live longer? Well, here we go. Introducing games to data centers. Early on, as I mentioned earlier on, people with disabilities can live longer. How can this be achieved? Well, we first look at the redesigned controllers, which have never been thought of before. We can see in the picture at the top, there's a weird looking frame which is holding an analog stick. From the player's point of view, this is how you control your car with your chin. On the table in front of you, there are 4 different buttons which have different controls to them. The acceleration, drift, stop, and boost mode, so you can destroy the plane next to you, basically. We can now look at the eye coordination skill, which is slightly harder as you control the car looking on the screen. I've used this before in a game conference, and I have to say it's one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, but it's very entertaining. It does require a lot of concentration because there are multiple controls added to this, such as looking up at the screen, increase the car acceleration, looking down the screen, decrease the car acceleration, and left and right, the car moves left and right. These redesigned gaming could be essential to people who basically can't play games as well. New level of gaming. We'll briefly look at the next generation of gaming, which is currently in the stage of making, but there are a few products which you can buy. We'll first look at the Oculus Rift, which had a huge breakthrough for gaming due to its design of allowing the player to see a 3D world around it. The design of the Oculus Rift is designed to make you feel more immersed as you're in a virtual reality world. The next breakthrough for gaming will be the movement pad simulator, which is designed to replicate the feel that you're moving physically moving in the game. As you start to move in the spot, there are sensors which pick up physical contact between the rubber of the shoe and the platform which you're standing on. The Oculus Rift is also completed with this full experience. So, from all the things I've said, I'd like you to think about this later on. For all the advantages and disadvantages we've looked at, can gaming advance to a higher stage?